Well, hello, hello. How is everyone doing this evening? Hopefully, you are doing well. I am on a mission to help a couple of folks out with color matching. All right. And I've been racking my brain trying to figure out how is the best way to help with the color matching. Um, So that's what I'm doing right now. And I also wanted to go over some things. It's the last day of the buy in. So hopefully everyone has enjoyed getting an opportunity to choose some things that they've wanted from the buy in. Hopefully. And I hope everyone is doing well. I'm doing okay today. Got a little bit of interesting news today, but we're gonna leave that in the Lord's hands and see how it works out. But at any rate, how are you? This is a surprise. Hi. So I want to know from you guys before I show you this, what is something that you have that most of us has access to that's gold? What is something like, okay, so for instance, I have these, and mostly everybody has seen or had scissors that has like a gold, but I'm like, okay, maybe not everybody has that. So if you can think of something, please let me know. I really don't know how else to um help someone match a gold color. So one of the viewers that's interested in purchasing some gold stones, and she's trying to determine what how the color gold relates. So the only thing I could think of, like, here is some Cricut adhesive foil vinyl. This one is like a brushed gold, I guess. Stainless, whatever. Here, does it have the color on here, you guys? I never really pay that any attention. I just see it and I'm like, "Ooh, love that color," and grab it. Don't ever stainless gold. Okay. So on the back it says stainless gold. So whoop, it's not going to autofocus cuz I turned autofocus off. Yeah, no, it's not going to autofocus. But right there, I know it's kind of blurry, but it says stainless gold. Okay? So, I don't know what shade gold she's using because she said something about a wedding and there's gold colors. So there's this, but then there's also this yellow gold glitter. But the problem is, I think, oh, you know what? There's my dooflachi. Hold on. But then you probably won't have access to this either, but you might if you go to, um, because they have the colors of all of the vinyl at Michael's generally. Because this is Caesar vinyl right here on this book in this book. Okay, so you know what? Maybe we can do this. Maybe we can go based off of Caesar and their color chart. See, that's their glitters. We could probably go off of the glitters, even though I personally think it'd be easier to go off of the solids. Let's look at the solids. Let's look at the solids. Okay. So Caesar sells, this is the kind that you press, heat transfer vinyl. Okay. So if you let's have a little bit of fun tonight. Before I get too far into this, it's been an emotionally draining day. So Don't pay me any mind if I'm like all over the place. But I'm okay and it's a good day. But it's just been a trippy day. So the we'll see about trying to match our stones. But I also wanted to show you, I was cleaning out my stash and my inventory and rearranging some things here in the studio and came across some regular hot fix Korean rhinestones. And it's enough, I think, to show you the difference between the Korean, just your basic super inexpensive rhinestones, and the stones that we have in the buy-in. So I kind of want to do that tonight too with you guys. But my first thing is the color thing, because she's saying she wants to know what gold is the right gold to match, right? So here with Caesar, they have gold, then they have Vegas gold, then they have, oh, well, that's actually tan. That's not gold. So there's gold and Vegas gold. So don't know which gold she's trying to match to. Let's see if they have any other. No, because even the glitter is going to be kind of sort of gold like that too. Yeah, they have old gold. And, oh well, okay. So here's another option. She can, if she's in here, let her go ahead and pop in. I'll have to look at the email to get the name. Right now, the name escapes me, and I apologize. But this is more like this gold, actually. That's what this gold is right here. It's more like a yellowish gold. And then this one is called old gold. So this one is like, oh, well, that makes it a little bit easier to see. You see how this is that type gold and that's more of a yellowish gold. So we're going to go over to the cutting table and look at the gold rhinestones that I think would work great for the color gold. Okay. We're going to do that. Then we're also going to, how many? Okay. Then we're also going to bring up something else. There's a customer who purchased some stones in the past and she's wanting to get rid of them. So I want to bring that up too, and trying to match something for a wedding. So yeah, the customer, I'll have to look up what it is. Hey, Deborah Garrett and Gina. Hey, Gina. How's it going? How's it going? Hey, Nene. Hey, Beverly Smith. Hey, Kittabee. I think I said that right, Kittabee. Or Kittabee. Deborah Garrett, one virtuous woman. My flower. Ma'am, every time you come live, I buy stones. Stop it. My bad. I apologize. I understand. I know somebody else, every time they go live, my wallet get a little bit lighter and I just be like, oh my God, this is a fool. Jesse Gibson, see Cynthia's. Hey, Patrice Williams, honey. Hey, Cheryl H. Looking forward. Yas. Kim Ware. Laura E. Leela Nelson was just doing your order. Holler. Sundoras, hello. Ashita, hello. Miss JB. Arlene, hello, my dear. Trini Lena. Shamika, hello. What color she's selling? She's doing okay, so the color she actually has that she's trying to get rid of is non-hot fix AB. So I guess she thought she bought the hot fix AB, but it's actually the non-hot fix AB that she purchased, and it's an SS10. Hey, Miss Ethel Smith, how are you? It's SS10, I'm pretty sure is the size, and she doesn't want that. She wants hot fix. So let me look and see. And actually this will allow me to see who that was I talked to earlier. Let me see. It was SS10 250 gross crystal AB flat back. So I know there's a couple of viewers who they were just, kind of frustrated that I stopped doing the flat back. So here's an opportunity to get some AB SS10 flat back. That's all she has. And that's not what she wanted. She wanted hot fix. So that will enable her to be able to, sell that and use the funds to get what she wanted. And then, oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Okay, but it doesn't have her name. Shoot. Okay, so she's saying she's trying to find colors for a party she may have to decorate for later this year. And so far, it could be the Tiffany blue and diamonds or the gold, black, and white. So if it's the gold, black, and white, I'm thinking me personally, but then again, I'm not the decorating type person. That's why I didn't go into party decor. But at any rate, I'm thinking gold, black, and white, like this gold instead of this gold. So I don't know which gold she's trying to go for. So we're going to try and match up and let you guys see what the correlation is there. So, hey, Patrina, I'm trying to be a pleasant distraction. Yeah, I'm trying not to lose my crap. Kelly, I finally tried the rhinestone flock on my Cricut on bonded fabric, and most of the holes didn't cut all the way through. Oh no! Okay, so Kelly, if the holes didn't cut all the way through on bonded fabric, bump it up a notch. Hey Stacy, I don't know which Cricut do you have, Kelly? Which Cricut do you have? And Jan Williams, it's a 250 gross box, which she tried to use like a handful, like a little bit. It wasn't a whole lot. She thought they were hot fix and they didn't stick to the shirt. So minus maybe about, I don't know, 10 gross maybe, but 250 gross roughly, 240 gross rather, is what she has and what she wants to get rid of. Now, I'm not going to say how much she's trying to sell it for because, I can't talk for somebody else's pocket, but I will give you her contact information and, you guys can work that out if that's the route you want to go. Cricut Air 2. Okay, so I have the Cricut Air 2. So good. You should be able to, where it says bonded fabric, what I would do is like twist it clockwise, I think that is, one more notch and try it again, but don't cut out a whole new template. You see what I'm saying? Let me show you what I mean, because that's something that I teach in my rhinestone class. That's something I teach in the rhinestone class because there's nothing more, well, there's a lot of other things more aggravating, but it's frustrating to put your project on and then you go to cut it out and it's not on a setting that's friendly to your Cricut and you done went through this whole blah 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 and it's not cutting. So this is what I always suggest to do with the when you're going to work on a template and you've never cut rhinestone flock before. So I would go to my Cricut. This is your basic design space thing. Don't pay attention to the fact that it says maker. It doesn't matter. This is just design space. And then where it says shapes, open up like a circle or a square or something like that, right? I would say a circle because for the rhinestones, you're cutting a circle anyway. So do circles. And then where this is it opens up a 2-inch circle. So go up here to your measurement section. Make sure your padlock is on. And what I generally do is do 0.5 and hit enter. And it'll drop it down to a 1/2-inch size circle, right? So you got this 1/2-inch size circle. You actually could go less than that. You could do 0.25 or something like that. But even still, you got your circle. And I would duplicate it like maybe 6 times. All right. This is what you want to cut out on your Cricut. Don't cut out the other thing. Don't cut out the whole template that you purchased or whatever the case may be. Cut out these circles and see how they cut. Because it could be um that the circles, because what I found is if my mat is dirty and there's a couple of places on the mat where it's got some debris or something on it, because you know how it goes, the mat always falls off and falls face down on the floor. I don't understand Murphy's law on that. It just cannot fall face up. It's the craziest thing ever. It has to go face down and everything is going to stick to it. So then when I go to put the flock on it, where the flock doesn't have good adhesion to the mat, sometimes the holes don't cut like they're supposed to. So that could be what's wrong too, if it's an older, kind of grungy mat a little bit. So that can interfere with your cutting, but even still, you should have, some pretty decent results out of this. And then once you do this test cut, if it cuts all the way through and everything looks great, try your project again then. All right. And at that point, if you do the whole project and it still doesn't cut all the way through, then what I would do is get a ball, which you may want to do this before you even try to cut even this test thing again. Get a ball, get some aluminum foil, like a little piece of aluminum foil, and ball it into a ball and just stab the Cricut blade into it. Please be careful and don't stab your hand. But stab the blade through the foil about 10, 15 times. Just sit there and stab, 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 stab. That kind of like acts to sharpen your Cricut blade, especially if you've been using it a lot, and then try to cut it again. And a lot of times that'll work because you kind of like sharpening the blade and it'll cut through like it's supposed to. But that's what I would suggest. You cut the flop out on the pink mat. I don't think the color really matters. It's just basically boils down to whether it has a good flat surface contact, and sometimes if there's like some grit or something in one area, it may not cut like it's supposed to because of that piece of grit, but otherwise your stuff should cut just fine. Yeah, the aluminum foil or a new blade. If you do a new blade, be careful with it being on bonded fabric. You may have to bump it back a little bit because it may cut all the way down through to the mat. So yeah, that's Debbie D says I always do a test cut. Hey Kim, how are you, my dear? Um, so yes, that is. Hey Simone Langley, Laverne Miller. Hello, Regina Snow. Hello. Dimps. Hey Dimps, I was just watching your video earlier. Just paper crafting. Oh, awesome. What do you cut? What do you do with your paper crafting? I bet it's stuff that's super cute. I'm gonna have to check you out. You're welcome, Kelly. So again, if anybody, hey Dainty Doer, how are you, honey? Again, if anybody is interested, there is one of the patrons of the buy-in in the past when I was doing the non-hot fix rhinestones. She has a box of SS10 crystal AB non-hot fix rhinestones she does not want. Okay, so let me know and I will forward her information to you so that you can contact her and get that switched out. All right, so let's go over to the table. And what we're going to do is cut the light on first off, and then we're going to try and match this gold. Anita, where? All right, Anita, email me because I mean the final say is going to be from her, not me. I'm just a messenger trying to help her out to get rid of those stones because she contacted me today. She didn't realize the stones were non-hot fix, but that's what she ordered. So okay, so what I came on tonight to do is a couple of things. You're welcome. A couple of things is to try to match some rhinestones to both of these goals because I don't know which goal she's going for. There's someone who purchased or who wants to purchase for the buy-in, and she's trying to prepare for a wedding. And in preparing for the wedding, she's trying to match black, gold, and white to rhinestones and wanted to know which rhinestones to purchase. Hey, Uni. Hey, Sonia. How are you? So what I decided to do was come on with the gold stones that I have and see if what you guys think about which one matches the gold better than the other. Okay. So the first contender that I'm going to actually, you know what? Let's go with an ice chip. Oh, yeah, I can use this. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is use this ice chip because it's shallow and easier to see. I'm going to take the stones out that was in it. And then we'll use this. Okay. So first contender, I usually I actually took your rhinestone class in the beginning. Yes, you still have access to that class. Check your so which was it? Okay, either the link to the class is going to be in your email or the link. Yeah, Patrice, I will. Or the link to the class is in your on the website where you signed up for the class. In the messaging section, there should be a message to you with the link to the class. Because everyone who takes a class, right after I send them the link to the class, usually the next day or the day after. So this is Cricut adhesive foil. And as I mentioned earlier, all I'm doing with this is just trying to give a point of reference for the color because I don't know what color she's going for. Whether it's this more antiquish gold or if it's the more yellowy gold. Hey, Donna. So if she's going for this antiquish kind of like gold, then I would not necessarily suggest topaz, which is what this color is. So this is topaz. And it is, let's look at with this one. Let's see. It's kind of in between the two. So at the end of the day, I probably would go with topaz, but it's not my event. Okay. And she's trying to find the better option on, where is my shirt? She's trying to find the better option for the thing. Now I did one with topaz, and I bet you that's what's back yonder. All right, whatever. How often do you do the buy-ins? The buy-ins are monthly. So 1 week at the end of the month, going through to the first of the next month. So like the 26th, 27th through the 3rd or whatever, usually it's from Sunday to Sunday. But this time we actually did Wednesday. We decided to end it on Wednesday, or he decided to end it on Wednesday. So we went a little bit longer, mainly because there was that holiday in there and wanted to be sure that everyone had an opportunity to get what they wanted despite the holiday being there. And to give everyone opportunity to get their rhinestones from the prior buy-in before ending this one. Light champagne. Champagne has more of the pinkish. Our champagne has more of the pinkish to it. Where is champagne? I usually have a champagne over here because that's there's topaz again. I had topaz already out. Boy, I tell you, it don't pay to have craziness. Let's go with this. Okay. But this doesn't have champagne in it, does it? It has champagne AB, but not champagne. I'd have to go in the other room to find the champagne. So I'll go grab champagne here in a sec. This one is the other gold, but this one is Aurum Dorado. But the Aurum Dorado is more of a metallic gold. So they worked out great for me. Thank you. You're welcome. Citrine AB. What does Topaz AB look like? I'm gonna have to go get that shirt. Because I did Topaz and Topaz AB on the shirt, and it's easier to see it when it is, pressed out. But like here's Aurum Dorado, and it's more metallic. So the rhinestones are like clear glass, a tinted clear glass. So the topaz is glass tinted gold, right? So you kind of see that the rhinestone is clear. But this Aurum Dorado is more of a metallic. You cannot see through the stone, but it still blings like a crystal stone. Now, this one matches this antique gold a lot better. Like it's almost spot on. So if you're interested in this softer gold, the Aurum Dorado would be the way to go. Regina Snow, if she's looking for a bright gold, then topaz looks great on black. And that's what I was saying with, this is more bright gold. Let me go grab that shirt, y'all, before I aggravate myself, because I know that's gonna be the color. And then somebody actually said what? Hang on, I'm sorry. Champagne, that's what it was. Give me a sec. Sorry about this. Oh, I forgot about this one. Okay. This is another option. Another option too, y'all. All right, y'all. Okay, so I don't know how this shirt ended up in my personal stash. It should not have. And my husband did the laundry and washed and dried my shirt, y'all. But it is, regular wash, regular dry, hot dryer, blah, 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 and not a stone out of place. So this is topaz pressed out on the black shirt. So if she's looking to match that, the brighter gold is the better color for topaz, right? As opposed to the soft gold. It's not the same. It's similar, but not the same. Whereas Topaz AB can pick up some of those soft golds and the brighter gold if it needed to. If it needed to. But this is Topaz AB, and this is the Topaz. All right. Now, another contender that I saw when I went back there to find the champagne that I completely forgot about is Crystal Golden. So Crystal Golden might be an option too. Crystal Golden is like a light soft gold. Somebody mentioned jonquil a little bit ago, and this, can kind of play with jonquil as well. But this is very, very soft, and it can match this soft gold as well. So I know, Patrice, I know. And I know it's difficult to, is she using it on clothes? I will use Crystal Golden Shadow. I'm a wedding coordinator. See, Patrice, and that's what that's because I'm not a design coordinator, but it would not look good on pictures with black. Okay. So again, I don't know what color. The main thing for me was to just come on and find some golds that she can reference and then show the golds that I normally would recommend to people and let her make the choice based off of what I'm showing here. Because otherwise, somebody would say, what's a good, like once before, what's a good green to go with, blah, blah, blah. Okay, all I can do is show you the greens, but on the screen is going to be different than seeing it in person. So that's why I was like, okay, let me match it to something that you can go and find in your local area, because this is cricket vinyl. This one was, what was it? I just tore the paper off. This one is stainless gold. That ain't gonna autofocus either. This is stainless gold by Cricket. And this is the gold hot fix glitter from Caesar. And that's, both of these are sold at Michael's. Both of these are sold at Michael's. So depending upon what color you're trying to get to, you can at least go to Michael's and get this and say this was the gold and look at the ones that I showed. So like this one, I wouldn't go with Topaz for this. That's just me personally. I wouldn't go with Topaz for this. But Dorado, I definitely would look at as a contender, even though it's not a crystal, it still blings just as hard. Between Aurum and Crystal Golden Shadow, those two definitely would be ones I would look at. Hey, Anita Ware. Hey, Angela's Canvas Delight. How are you, my dear? Hey, Drasana. Hey, Sonia. You're welcome, my dear. Hey, Cassie Chat Mom. How are you, my dear? Beautiful Soul, my dear. Hello, D Smith. Hello. I'm gonna scroll back up here in a sec. But yeah, that was one of the things I wanted to come on, because I totally understand, you're trying to match a color, because I remember that all too well when I first started doing rhinestones and trying to match a specific color. And then you buy a color and it's just like, bruh, it was the wrong color. And there you done spent your money on something that wasn't the right one that you needed. So I'm fully aware of that, and I don't want anyone else to have to go through that. So that's why I was like, and I have another idea. It's just, I had to put my car in the shop today, so I couldn't get out to go get the idea that I was coming up with to try it. But I guess in a way it worked out, because then this is more on our level. Hey, L Lynch, how are you? Is there any way to do maybe a one gross sampler package with all the colors you offer? That way we could see the colors in person. Beautiful. So that's what the business edition was. That's what this was when I sold it. Um, and additional work is an understatement with this thing, man. This was tough. These were tough to put together. It was a lot of work to put these together. Um, it was a sample. It was about 5 to 7 gross of every color, and we sold these with the last buy-in. So aside from that, hey accessory, how are you, my sugar love? Hey, making with Marilyn. So aside from that, unless I'm able to hire even more help, it'll be kind of difficult to keep making those. So, but the business edition are done now. I'm not offering those anymore. But I did want to also give you guys an example of the basic Korean rhinestones versus the rhinestones that we offer. All right. So I wanted to show you that, and I need to find my template that I can remember what I did with it. I will, let's see. I got templates all over the place. There's some Quackens. Oh, here we go. I think this should work. Okay. So one of the things that I used to do for my, hey Asia. Oh, hey Asia, how are you? I was just showing the matching of gold to the stones is what I was doing. So that, to figure out what color gold needed to go. Oh Lord, I knocked stones all over the place and didn't realize it. So that gold can be matched. I hope to buy in. Yes, L inch. That would be awesome. Whenever you can. It's no pressure. I promise it's not. So I want to show you an example. One of the things that I used to do whenever I had my bling parties, not bling classes, bling parties. Whenever I had my bling parties, I would keep a shirt hanging up on a mannequin at the party that would show the difference. Okay. That would show the difference between the stones that I was using at the party versus your basic Korean rhinestones that are super inexpensive. Because one of the things that Diane Robinson's Crafts Unlimited, you're welcome. You're welcome. One of the complaints that at times I would get for my bling parties is, oh my gosh, this is pricey. And I'm just like, okay, I understand that, and that, I get that, but the shirt on the mannequin would be there so that people could see why the price was what it was, so to speak. So I'm gonna turn Tilly on, and what we'll do is we're going to use this last little bit of tanzanite I have. I had 5 heart attacks in 8 days and open heart surgery. Beautiful soul, my darling. I am so elated and overjoyed to have you in the chat, still here talking to us. So thank you first off for letting us know that you are in recovery. But thank you mostly to let us know that you're here, because that's a blessing to have you here able to tell us that. because a heart attack is no joke. And 8, yikes. 8 is insane. All right, so this is Tanzanite. All right, and this is one of my favorite colors, purple. And this is our Tanzanite. Okay, these are our stones. And this will allow you to see what it is, the difference in the quality of the stones. Because let's be, there's no denying there are vendors out there who sell rhinestones and they offer the Korean stones, basic Korean stones. And there's nothing wrong with that because all rhinestones bling, for the most part. Even the cheap plastic ones that are at in the craft section at like Hobby Lobby in the big bucket, those big buckets of the different huge plastic stones that people use for, I don't know what they use for, decoration or something, I don't know, but they're plastic and they're not the bestest of qualities, but they still have some bling to it, because at the end of the day, if it's faceted, you're going to catch some light. But here we are going to I've ordered from Specialty Graphics before, if I'm not mistaken. They're pretty good. And sometimes you'll have companies that put their stuff on sale. So that could be what the situation is there. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this up. And as you see, this is our Tanzanite. All right. Let me see if I can't do this. All right, this is our Tanzanite. And as I mentioned, now rhinestones are going to bling. That's just the cut and dry of it. That's how they do. So I'm going to pick this one up. And we're going to set this one off to the side before we put it to the shirt. And you want to be careful. You don't want to just snatch off your tape. Sometimes, when it sticks, because how it just popped like that, sometimes it can throw stones off. And that'll make you a little bit frustrated. Just a little bit. All right. So I'm just going to set this down and off to the side. And we'll come to you in a moment. So over here, I'm going to grab these rhinestones, and these are same color. These are Tanzanite. You know what? I just did the wrong color. I meant to do amethyst. These are amethysts. Sorry. So I'm going to have to get amethyst stones. Hold on. I did that wrong. I apologize. I just did Tanzanite. I need amethyst. Like I told y'all, it's an off day for me. I apologize, y'all. Give me a sec. I think this is amethyst right here. Yes, this is amethyst. All right. Sorry about that. All right, let's move this off to the side. And let's pour on amethyst. Amethyst is also a purple, but this is more like a reddish purple. Think plum. That's what amethyst is. Amethyst is more like a plum purple, whereas Tanzanite is more of a lavender purple, grape purple, grape soda. That's what I'm going to say. Grape soda purple. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, so amethyst it is. because the matching color that I have in just your basic Korean stone is amethyst. So I want to use the same color. But this is our amethyst. Come on out of there. All right. All right. There we go. You guys, put you guys in there. And now I'll show you, this is the amethyst. See, amethyst has a deeper purple. But like I said, it's more of a plum. It's a plum purple. This is amethyst. Okay. So let's grab this tape that is stuck to something that shouldn't be. Hey, 755. Yes, it is. I'm trying to show the difference between your basic Korean stones and our stones, the quality difference. Okay. So, and then the other thing I did a little bit earlier was show the gold, the different shades of gold rhinestones versus some common, these two colors of gold, so that if a person was looking for gold rhinestones, they would have a good reference to go off of. And eventually I intend to do that with all colors. Like, for instance, amethyst, I'm saying plum, but y'all know it's probably like 14,000 versions of the color plum out there. Okay, so here is ours. Now let's go with the Korean. And look, I'm gonna show you just in the container. So you see there's bling there. There is bling. I would never tell you that your basic Korean stones don't bling, but you tell me which blings harder. That's the point. So when your customers get their shirts, they can say, "Oh, it's a blingy. I love my bling shirt. It's bling, blah blah blah." But then when they get the shirt that they have to, put their shades on because they're getting blinded in the sun, that's a little bit different. That's a little bit different. The quality, that's what you want. You want your customers to just say, "Oh my gosh, that's amazing." That's what you want. So yes, Korean, your basic inexpensive Korean rhinestones will have bling to them. I'm not going to tell you that they won't. Okay. But it's the difference. That's what you want to look for, that quality bling. Okay. So we got this. I'm going to pick this one up. I'm going to pick this one up. Where is my tape? I put it right there. And again, I apologize, not necessarily feeling my best. Hey, honey bunny, you've been partying since 6:30. Go ahead on, ma'am. I have not. I have not been partying at all today, but I did cook today for, cook some Korean wings, and it was amazing. All right, so here is the regular Korean stones. Very inexpensive. Usually you can find them at a good deal. Let's see, what do I have to press on? I need black fabric. Let's see. Yeah, oh, I don't want to do. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna do this. All right, so I'm going to bling on this the bottom part of this shirt because I don't like the way the fabric ended up on this shirt. So we're gonna do it on here. And my trusty sidekick is not with me tonight to switch the camera over for me to Tealy. So I'm just gonna run everything myself right now. And then you here for the Bling show? Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I appreciate it. I just wanted to show the difference because some folks may not know. You can find inexpensive rhinestones for sale out there. There's you can, and that's the case. But what we're trying to do is show you the difference. So I'm just going to put some bling on this shirt because this is the one where we did the sublimation, and I don't like the split in the middle. So I'm going to doom this shirt to the pits of not to be worn until I can get accomplished what I need to get accomplished. Okay, there we go. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put left is basic Korean. Actually, let me move it down because I don't want the sublimation to be distracting when we do this. Okay. So this on the left is for the basic Korean rhinestone. Okay. And on the right is going to be the rhinestones that you can get from the buy-in. Okay. Our rhinestones. So that's how we're going to do it. L Lynch, the other thing is how good is glue on the rhinestones as opposed to Korean. I haven't had stones come off yet. And as I mentioned many times, the washing and drying antics of my husband is just far from ideal for rhinestones, but it hasn't come off yet. Has not come off yet. And you think I'm about to complain when I don't have to do the laundry? Not ever. So it's just a matter of having good quality stuff and making sure how you store your rhinestones as well. Definitely need to store them in a method that keeps them out of direct sunlight, keeps them out of the dust and stuff like that, because it does make a difference. It really, really does make a difference. Okay. Because you don't want your stones being exposed to that. You don't want to weaken your glue. Okay, so on this side is the one that this is your basic Korean rhinestones. Okay, it's pretty. It is pretty. Because like I said, I'm never going to tell you that rhinestones don't bling. Okay, because they do. And here we have our rhinestones. Okay. So they are both hot fix. They are both amethyst color, which is a plum color. So that you can see the difference between these, the quality and what you're showing your customer. So as I mentioned, I had the exact same shirt not this design, but in my bling parties, I had the shirts on mannequins, 2 shirts side by side, exact same design, 2 different types of rhinestones, your basic Korean and our rhinestones. And every time they could see the difference. Okay. So when you're out there purchasing rhinestones, whether it be from us or anybody else, um, and you see someone offering some and they're very inexpensive, and you see, hey, it's cheaper. I can't swing the better stone right now, and that price is wow, that price is expensive for those stones, blah blah blah. This is why there's a difference. This is why there's a difference in price and in why this one costs as little as it does, because the facets, the amount of reflective surfaces cut on this stone is nowhere near as many as it is over here. Okay. So over here, these are our amethyst stones and that you can get. And the buy-in ends tonight, by the way. So it ends tonight. So by midnight-ish, you won't be able to, we'll close the buy-in. But I just wanted to show that so that you guys can see, what the difference is. And, because there are stones out there. There's all kind of stones out there. There's Korean, there's DMC, there's, and then there are stones where people have branded them um, based on the name that they want their stones to have. And I haven't given a name to our stones because, I mean, it's just, I let it name itself. When you get the stones and you see the difference, it'll name itself. You'll know what they are. You will know what they are. So, but yeah, I just wanted to show that. So there's the difference between those two. And I also earlier was showing the difference. Let me cut this up. I want to see something. I wanted to show the difference with the golds, and how the topaz is more of a yellowy gold, your bright gold, the topaz is, whereas your Arum Dorado is more of your softer gold, which I guess I put it up because I don't even see what I did with it. Hold on. Yeah, I put it up. I put it back in the business edition. So the Arum Dorado is a softer gold to go with this. Your bling is definitely the finer thing. Polity, that is super. Thank you. I appreciate it. So yeah, that was it, you guys. I swear it is. If you have any questions, let me know. Let me cut this heat press off because I already don't necessarily feel my best. So I don't want that on. So, but yeah, if you have any questions, like I said, the buy-in is tonight. Earlier I mentioned, but I think she has a buyer now. Anita, why does it wash out like that? That is annoying. Boy, I tell y'all, cameras, it just make you want to fight somebody. How the cameras do you sometimes. But aside from that, y'all just pray for you, girl. Hey, Lena Doyle, how are you? How long do you press the first layer versus the second layer if using different colors? For me, what I generally do is press the first color at about, because the whole thing is about 12 seconds. So I actually press the first color about 10 to 12 seconds. No kidding. And then I go back and add the second color and press it for about the same time. I have not had it where it overcooked the rhinestones yet. The only thing what I have had happen though is thinking that I didn't need to do that and press the first layer less for like 5 seconds or something like that. And it just wasn't enough. The stupid lighting thing. It wasn't enough. It actually, I'm gonna go over to this other camera, y'all. I need to have a sit down. But there we go. Okay. I drew a blank. Give me a sec. Pressing it. The first time I tried that, thinking that I needed to press it for a less amount of time to keep from over pressing my stones, when I pressed it for 5 to 6 seconds and then pull the heat press up, it was like the stone, all of them did not adhere. So it was like a couple of them was still stuck to the tape and all that jazz. And I was like, I might as well press it for the full amount of time. And I did. So that's the way I do. Whenever I press my layers, I press the first one. Maybe if I do less, it's only by a couple of seconds. So I'll do it like at 10 seconds. And then I'll put the next layer and do that one for 10 seconds or 12 seconds. But the final press is always 12 seconds. So 12 to 15 seconds. So here it is in this different camera from a different angle, with a different lighting. And they're both amethyst. So the quality of the glass is different as well. The quality of the glass. But yeah, I generally don't press them no different times. Generally not. So yeah. But at any rate, any other questions, you guys? Thank you for hanging out with me briefly. It's only been, oh Lord, it's been an hour already. I'm sitting here thinking 30 minutes. Boy, I was wrong. But thank you to those who have participated in the buy-in this time. We really appreciate it. The ice chips were needed, I can tell. So I'm glad we were able to help different ones be able to get rhinestones in other colors so that you could get the colors you need. Here's tanzanite right here. I had more, oh my gosh, stones all over the place, y'all. I got to get it together. So that's what I intend to do over the next few days, is get things together for making sure the next buy-in gets shipped out, or this buy-in gets shipped out ASAP. Elliot Lynch, thank you. Marge, thank you. I appreciate it. Sheila, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, ma'am. We hope to continue to wow you. We do have good night 7:55. I see that you're on, and as soon as I end this, I'm gonna come hang out with you and probably crash on you. Ain't gonna lie, because I am mentally and physically exhausted. But the next buy-in, we have some more surprises. Super excited about them. I don't want to go into it too terribly much because Mr. McQuackins will probably kill me dead if I let know his exciting things he has coming for y'all. But we definitely appreciate every bit of the support, and just happy to be able to help so many businesses. That's the cool thing. There's a lot of folks who are running their business and making shirts for a profit, and to be able to help you guys has been phenomenal. So L. Nicole, thank you so very much for the super chat. Holla! I wish I had more energy to devote. I just don't, y'all. It's been a long day. Thank you, L. Lynch. I appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, don't get it. Oh, Patrice, honey, I got a new. I upgraded my camera. I got 4K, and the color is a little richer, so it might just be the camera. It might just be the camera. That's funny. Thank you, Danny Doer. So I'm gonna go back and, oh, cool, L Lynch. Yeah. So anytime you got any ideas or any suggestions, we got something cool coming down the pipes. Okay. If I hadn't put my car in the shop today, I promise y'all we would be doing some sublimation tonight, but I couldn't get to the store. But I may do a standalone video, but it's funner to do it live. That's my thing. I like to do stuff live. That's so fun. Hey, Miss Barbara Bonaparte, how are you? Welcome. I hope you've been doing good. I want to come and make sure I'm not missing anything. Dempsey take off in the middle of her lives all the time. Hilarious. Let me make sure I don't miss any. I wanted to give you two to only 1% in there. I think you're more. Oh, Beverly Harmon. It's okay. I definitely appreciate that, the offer and the suggestion and all of the above. Definitely. Um, Otherwise, I took that part out, the tip part. I took that out because to me, the insurance was well more important. That was needed. That had to be done because there's so much going on in this world, and for a package to go missing is a big no for me. So to be able to offer insurance, that was paramount over anything else. So just knowing that you want to support is more than enough. It really is. I'm definitely grateful for the appreciation for what we're trying to do here, because it ain't always easy, but we love doing it. We absolutely love doing the buy-ins. We love working the buy-ins. The only thing that kind of threw me for a loop a little bit was the business editions, only because I didn't realize how many little chips was gonna be, how many little ice cubes was gonna be thing, and doing each one, and it was like, bruh. And so it was mostly me, but then the aunt crew came through and they helped. Had it not been for them, so that was an experiment to see if that was gonna be. I don't want to say worth it. That's the wrong word, but I wanted to see if that was gonna be, you know, something that I could sustain, and it's not. So that's why that's not there anymore. But I do appreciate it. And Beautiful Soul, sorry on not being able to do the sampler or the business edition anymore, girl. I can't. I don't have the manpower to be able to sustain that. Okay, let me see. Make sure I did not miss anything. Okay, read that. Do you put each one of your templates on a chopping mat to store? Kelly, yes. Every single one. Every single one. If it is a template that I don't intend to use again, I'll still put it on a cutting mat, and usually I'll either give it away or I'll eventually take it off, peel it off of the cutting mat and throw it away. But yes, I do store them all on those cutting mats. It's just so much easier. It really is. And it's easier to catalog and go through them and just grab them because I keep them all standing up, you know, and pull it out, slide it out, or whatever. And I have something up against, like bookends type situation to keep it nice and flat. So I don't have to worry about it curving or anything like that. But yeah, no, I keep all of my rhinestone templates on those cutting mats. It makes a big difference for me. The only thing I can suggest, well, only thing I would suggest with that is trim it. Like if you put them on the cutting mat, trim it down to close to the edge of the template. And the reason being is just like, I don't know if you noticed when I was doing the hearts over there on the table, the extra, I didn't trim that. So there's extra cutting mat around it. Well, the plastic hot fix transfer tape sticks to that mat, that plastic mat. And it's like you're already trying to peel. It peels off the flock perfectly, but now you're fighting that plastic mat to try and get that peeled off. So I usually trim around it to keep that from happening. So I don't have those issues usually. But tonight, because that's a template I don't use a whole lot, so I forgot to trim around it. So But that would be the only other thing. I ordered 500 gross a day so I can do back to school. Back to school, holler. Ordered my flock from Be Creative and it should arrive Friday. That is awesome sauce. And I'm sure them grandbabies is going to be bling-tastic when they get back to school. So that's cool. How old are they? Are they older girls or the younger girls? Either way, they still going to be blingy and cute. Angela says Pisces is my birthstone, but I wish it was Tanzanite. Amethyst. Amethyst. I didn't know that. There's no aquamarine is there. What color are you gonna put those amethyst stones on? Yeah, black, sorry. Which you saw that eventually. Let me see. 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 Dainty Door, your hands are pretty. That's funny. The Dainty Door. That was something that we used to joke about when I was younger because my grandmother's hands used to be like this. And then when was that, y'all? Earlier this year, my crazy tail went and cut my finger and tried to cut my finger off. So that threw all of that out the window. So thank you, Dainty Doer, but I ruined it with the dang roly thingy. So sorry I missed that comment. But thank you. I appreciate the compliment. My stones from the buy-in have not come off at all, and I'm a serial blinger. We've created monsters all over the place. Yes, we have, and I love it. Those stones are dancing. They were. Thank you, Marilyn. Oh, Marilyn, honey. Y'all, if you have not seen Making with Marilyn's video about putting hot fix rhinestones on wood, you need to go check that out because I'm not going to kid you. I would have never thought to put hot fix rhinestones on wood, and it turned out super cute. So definitely, please go check out her video. Please, please, please go check out her video because that was cool to see, and her sign is super cute. Absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. Especially with the chalk paint. That was, chalk paint would have taken it to a whole nother level because in chalk paint is usually like a flat paint. It's not glossy. So you're not fighting. The bling can bling all by itself and you don't have to worry about gloss taken away from the bling. So I thought that was fire. I absolutely loved your sign. So I do want to tell you that. Will it be July 31st? Let's just how much do you charge for a t-shirt that is bling design compared to your HTV design, Kelly? Dimps, the next buy-in. I'm sorry, Kelly, give me 1 sec. The next buy-in will probably be probably 31st. Let me put a pin in that and check with Master McQuackins and find out when the date for the last buy-in. Now it may, you know what? Because the week of the 24th, I'll be out of town. I'm going to North Dakota. So it probably will be the 31st. But I'll confirm that with you guys. I'll send it out in a newsletter because as soon as this buy-in closes tonight, tomorrow-ish, sometime I'm going to send out a newsletter. So it'll have that in there. Thank you, but credit goes away. And somebody did ask, but you was bold enough to go ahead and give it a shot, honey bunny. You did, because I would have been like, I don't think it will, and probably would not have tried it. So you did good. Are your lives somewhere else besides YouTube? No, ma'am. Cheryl H. They are not. Thank you for putting Marilyn's link. I do appreciate that. Okay, so Kelly, for a regular HTV design shirt, what I have found in the times past, because I rarely did HTV shirts because I don't like the weed. So usually when people ask me for a HTV shirt, I'm just like, I don't want to do that. So they were usually pretty inexpensive. And the reason why they were inexpensive, because I've been doing shirts for 7 years, 6, 7 years, something like that. Um, and around about the time I started doing embroidery and then found out about vinyl and started doing vinyl, more people were getting the Cricut and making shirts. And so it was like everybody and their mama around the block and across the tracks was making shirts, vinyl shirts. Okay. So that's the other reason vinyl really didn't appeal to me, because the market was so saturated with, you know, your typical homegirl who could make shirts. Oh, you gonna charge that much for that? I can make it myself. I got a Cricut. Okay. So it was like the HTV shirts really weren't on and popping and making a lot of money. There were some instances where it wasn't quite like that, but in most instances, folks got that attitude. Oh well, if it costs that much, I can just do it myself. Um, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with that per se. So I looked into doing the rhinestone shirts because not everybody was doing rhinestone shirts or even knew how to do the rhinestone shirts. So you're able to charge more for that because number one, the cost is significant. Girl, you know what? Now that you mention that, it's a trip because when I started doing vinyl shirts, vinyl was super inexpensive. Then all of a sudden, when everybody started doing vinyl shirts, the cost of vinyl skyrocketed. It was crazy to see it. I'll never forget that because it was like one week I went and the roll of vinyl was like $3. Next week I went and the roll of vinyl was like 10. And I was like, whoa, time out. What happened? What happened? Why did it go up so high? And she was like, yeah, they blah 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 blah. Bruh, I'm gonna need y'all to figure that out. But anyway, um, the rhinestone shirts, of course, people that was something that was rare. So you were then back then able to charge more. And technically you still can because generally we price based on the amount of stones in the design. So for instance, no clue how many rhinestones are in this heart design. But we're going to go for a shot in the dark and say that there are 300 rhinestones in each heart. Okay, so that's a total of 600. So if you do a shirt with just one heart on it with 300 stones, the price at the time was roughly about point. Let me look this up. Hold on. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. What am I calculating? Because I don't want to tell you the wrong price. I know what it is, but I'll be putting my decimal in the wrong place. So okay, so it's okay. Let me go back. Make sure. Yeah. Okay. So generally back, when I first started, I was running about 0.025 cents per stone. So almost 3 cents a stone. Now you probably could say 3 cents a stone because the price of everything has gone up. So what that would cover would be, your shirt, which was $2, $3, $4, your rhinestones, and your flock. Okay, generally. And then what made it more lucrative was to have a flock cut out in a design that was a popular design that you could use over and over and over again. For instance, birthday shirts, stepping into my birthday, or um, you know, 30 years old, whatever, what I'm trying to say. Go with that. So find shirts that fit a niche that you can use over and over again and use that to your advantage. So you're not constantly buying flock. You're just using the same rhinestone flock template over and over again. So, but at any rate, that's charging for an HTV shirt is nowhere near what I would charge for a rhinestone shirt at all, honestly. So your basic I'll say 3-color HTV shirt, $25 maybe. But a rhinestone shirt with, 2-3 layers of rhinestones, pretty decent size design, maybe somewhere in the 2000 to 3000 range, which is a pretty big size design. I definitely would be pushing about $60 for that shirt. So it just depends on the design, depends on how many stones is in it, that type jazz. Are the neon stones available with the buy-in as well? Yes, they are. They are definitely available. And every one of the stones in our buy-in is hot fix for t-shirts only. Like not t-shirts only, but they're hot fix only. So the stones that like go on t-shirts and stuff. Okay. South Dakota right along the way, just saying, Heather Hunter. I have some folks that I know very well in South Dakota. They used to live in Mitchell. But I forget where she moved to. They're not in Mitchell anymore. But South Dakota, yep. Yep. We know folks up there. Okay, this girl is a little well. You're welcome, Patrice. 60. Yeah, Kelly. No, rhinestones are luxury. So this is a luxury service. This isn't just any kind of shirt that you can just get some anywhere. I promote them as that, like, can you do me some 50th anniversary, blah, blah shirts, or baby shower shirts. The mother wears the blinged out shirt, stuff like that, and make it promote it as this is high quality stuff. The girls trip where the girls go on vacation, or oh gosh, another huge market for the rhinestone shirts: bridal showers, bridal parties, wedding, like the day going up to day before, whatever, where they wear their t-shirts and then they take them off and get dressed or something like that. Stuff like bachelorette parties, you bling out the shirts for stuff like that. Trips to Vegas, bling out the shirts for stuff like that. And definitely promote them as a premier service, like not your basic, because it's work, it really is. But the rhinestones come at a cost more significant than your vinyl. So, but at any rate, y'all, I am running out of steam quickly. And so I am going to, let me make sure I'm telling y'all everything first. Buy-in ends tonight. I can hear him now. You didn't tell him about blah, blah. I forgot. I'll forever forget. Look, y'all, Sunday, how about I was supposed to do a giveaway for the template and forgot. But the members, those of you who are members here on YouTube, check the community tab. The link for that template is in the community tab. So if you are a YouTube Hoop Group member, that link is there. Y'all, I have not put the template in the store and I need to. So that will be added to the store soon. And if I can come up with some other templates and make some other templates, I'll put them in the store as well so that you can get those at any time. Trying to think what else is going on. Template. Yeah, I think that's it. Got mine's minutes after you uploaded the template. Sweet. Yas, honey. Yas, honey. Yas. Love that that design. That turned out real cute, and it was fun making it on the fly. That was fun. So yeah, next Sunday or Sunday coming, we'll be looking at doing some sublimation, possibly embroidery as well. Because the buy-in will be over, so I'll give you guys a break from the bling, because I know y'all probably like, we're sick of bling. I know, I saw we, but I love it. I love bling. You got your template, sweet. So you guys have a good night. I'm going to go lay it down. And I will thank you again. Thank you again to all of you who chose to be a part of the buy-ins even. we definitely appreciate it. And we are striving to, make it as accessible and as beneficial as we possibly can. Which is the most used rhinestone font? Was thinking about buying some. Ooh, you're welcome, Asia. Which is the most used rhinestone font? That's kind of an iffy question. And then too, now when I was on Sunday, I was showing how to take any font and bling it yourself. If you have like Silhouette Business Edition, you can. But aside from that, cursive is a popular one. Arial looking type fonts are popular ones. Because I know like the rhinestone world has zillions of rhinestone fonts, and you can get lost buying rhinestone fonts. I swear you can, because there's so many and they're in different sizes. And it's just like, bruh, there's not enough money in the whole wide world to get all these fonts. It's just not. But I would say find you a font that will allow you to spell out some of your more popular things that you might want to spell out. Because what people fail to realize is just because it fits Yas doesn't mean it's gonna fit honey. You know what I'm saying? Because of the font size and the stone size has to be a certain, you know what I'm saying? So I would I don't know what to tell you on that, because I can't tell you how many times I bought a font thinking it was going to work, but because I wanted a bigger font, but it was too big for the project that I was doing. And when I tell y'all that's frustrating, that is frustrating. So I really don't know how to answer that question, honestly, because you have to know kind of sort of what your plans are and what direction you trying to take for your rhinestone designs. That being said, it is kind of easier to, as I'm learning, to make your own rhinestone templates, because it wasn't super difficult. It really wasn't. Let me get you over to, where are we at? Share screen. That's what I need to do. Let me get you over here, because I do want to go over this fairly quickly, because it was pretty cool. And I've been fighting doing my own templates for a long time. Been kicking and screaming, I don't want to do this. And now it's like I am so happy that I was doing my own template the other day, because it really was fairly simple. So say for instance, here we go. Let's do a star. So this is Silhouette Business Edition. Yes, there is a fee for it. I'm not an affiliate for it. So I think it's $100 or something like. Oh, excuse me. I think it's $100 or something like that. Okay, so I don't know. Hold on. I don't know if you saw what I did. First thing I did was opened up Silhouette. Then I came over here to page setup, which is this very top piece of paper image over here on the right hand side at the very top of this sidebar. Okay, when you open that, as page setup, and I put media size as 12 by 12. Okay, so that was the first thing I did. Then the second thing I did is I came over to the toolbar along the left hand side of Silhouette, and I opened up the shapes menu, which is what this star is. All right, and so you can choose any of these shapes here. All right, and you also can go find shapes on like Google or something like that, find you an SVG of a shape. But I'm just gonna grab this star. So I clicked on the star. 50% off sale that ends at midnight on fonts. Oh, got you. Well, ma'am, you can go ham. So selected the star. And so I'm going to hold down my left click mouse button and drag a star onto my workspace. Okay. So this star is 3.8 by 3.729. I'm going to actually make it 4 and hit the enter key. 4 over here. 2 is my lock. My lock is locked. So I'm going to do 4 here. All right. Now, I don't like how it looks like a dumpy star. Don't like that at all. So I'm going to grab this little red dot right here and click my mouse, hold on to it, and I'm going to drag it in to give my star more definition. Okay. So I think that's sufficient. I like that there. And so I'm going to come back over to the toolbar on the left hand side, going up and down my screen, and I'm going to click the arrow so that I can go back to just your basic arrow. Okay. So here is my star, right? So I'm going to now come back over to the right hand side toolbar, going down the screen. And if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up from the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's a rhinestone. It's a circle with the square in the middle. That's a rhinestone. So we click there and it opens up the rhinestone effect menu. So one of the first things you need to figure out off gate is what size rhinestones are you going to use. Now, here's the baby's booty. We do hot fix in SS6 and SS10. Those are the more popular rhinestone sizes that people tend to use. Of course, there are some designs out there that use 16s and 20s, but those are far and few in between. And then when you're making your own template, technically it's up to you what size you want to use. But I am a fiend for SS10. That's my favorite size, even though Patrice with Correctable Things is getting me to fall in love with the SS6. So because I'm making my own template, I'm going to come up here and here's the SS10. So I'm going to select the star. Okay. And then I'm going to come up to where it says SS10, make sure that's selected. And then I'm going to pick, you can pick one of them. It depends on how you want your design to be. So this first one is an outline. The second one is linear fill, lines, linear. And then the third one is radial fill because that's good for things that have like curves to it. Well, my star doesn't have curves. So I don't think that the radial fill is going to work, but we'll see here in a sec. So first, I'm going to show you what the outline looks like. So let's click on edge. And as you see, it immediately turns the outline of this star to an SS10 size rhinestone outline of the star. Super easy, super simple. Did not take a whole lot of fuss or nothing in order to get that to take place. Okay. And with silhouette, you see this is selected. If you come over here and look at the bottom, your SS10, it has 80 SS10 stones. 80. So that lets you know how many stones you need in order to do this particular design. All right. So let me do something different. Let's go back out and I'm going to change it to SS6 size stones. Okay. And I'm going to do the outline again. And now this is changed into SS6 size. And as you see, we have 97 size SS6 stones. So if you wanted to do a shirt with a star on it, this is how easy you can get it done and do that. Okay. Now let me back out again. And what I'm going to do this time, we're going to up the ante a little bit. And what we're going to do is we are going to do an offset. So I'm going to click on offset. And the distance is right here. We can do an internal offset or we can do an offset to the outside. I'm going to do the offset to the outside. And then here, the distance, I can make it rounded like you see it is up there or a corner. I'm going to do a corner because my star is already a corner. And then the distance, I'm going to increase it just a little bit. All right. And so there is my star. And I'm going to click apply. So we have two different parts to this. There's an offset and then there's the inside. Right here is the inside. And then of course you can select the outside separate. So for the inside, I'm going to go back to the rhinestones. I'm going to leave it at SS6. And then I'm going to actually do linear fill. So let's click that. And as you see, it fills in my star with rhinestones. Now, to me, that's a little bit messy. Look at how this one goes all the way straight across and that one does not. So I'm going to make a change. Okay, so I have the inside of my star filled. I'm going to resize this a little bit and see if I can't clean that up some. And it doesn't look like it's getting a little bit better right there. Let's see. No, yes, no. Okay. So I'm going to go back and put it back to where it was. And this time I'm going to do radial. Radial looks much better. Like radial fill. Even though the middle is a little empty, but I love how it actually has a better star shape. I'm pretty okay with that being in the middle like that. But if you're not, just grab it just like you saw me do and go to the outer edge, hold down and resize it and see if it fills it in like it did right there. Perfect. That's a perfect star. I swear it is. So let's grab it and we're going to bring it back. And I still have my offset around the outside. So now let's grab the offset layer and we are going to go SS10. And this time I'm going to do the edge or the outline and do that. And so now you have a design that has two different size rhinestones to it. So you got to keep that in mind when you cut this template out. So we have an outline that has 91 stones in it. And then the inside star right here has 309 size SS6 size stones. Okay, so that's just how pretty simple it is to create. Make sure you have an SVG that's helpful so that you can use that to create your rhinestone template. Just play with the different size stones till you get what works for you. So I'm going to make my life simpler when it comes to cutting this template out. And I'm going to change it to SS6 so that I only have to worry about having one size stone. So now that I have my star, I'm going to bring it down here. And I'm going to come over to the fonts. And this is how, I know you were asking about what font to buy, but this is also an option so that you don't necessarily have to worry about getting a specific font in a specific size or anything like that. One of the better fonts to use for your basic wording would be Arial, but you can use some of any fonts. And the cool thing is you can go on sites like Creative Fabrica and download fonts that are, as long as they're nice and thick, that's very helpful in getting a good outcome with your rhinestone lettering. But for the time being, we're going to do this. And I'm going to click right here on the desktop. 72 is not big enough, but we'll deal with that here in a minute. And I'm going to type the word super and I'm going to highlight it and I'm going to make it bold. And then we are actually going to make this bigger. So actually, you know what? I think I'm going to drag it bigger. Boop. There we go. All right. So here is the word super. So we already have our star down here. And as you can see, I'm going to make super star, but we're going to find us a cursive word to make the word star. Okay. So here's super. And what I'm going to do is select it. And I'm going to go with, I'm going to start with the larger because that's my favorite, but we're probably going to end up having to do SS6. But we'll grab the SS10. I don't want an outline. I want, there's some curves, a lot of curves in here. So I'm going to go with the radial fill and see what that looks like. And you can tell that that's the word super. You really can. But I want a little bit more jazzy than that. So let's make it bigger. And besides, I do want it bigger because this is going on a shirt. And I want it to be, a pretty nice size. Okay. So you see I'm getting bigger. The bigger I go, the more it fills in those letters. And when it fills in to where I think it looks, kind of great. That's a little bit too big. Let's go back down some. Where was my sweet spot? I saw it and then I lost it. So say for instance, this is my sweet spot. It's not. I don't like that. But look at how big this is. This is over 12 inches. So it's not going to easily be cut out on the Cricut, of course, unless I rotate it sideways. But because I know I'm putting another word down here, I want it to fit on the 12 by 12 space. So let me not do that. Let's go to SS6. So in changing it to SS6, now you have it looking like that. And then we just going to go and resize it, get it down some, and see if we can't get this to cooperate a little bit better. All right. So you may end up with spaces in your lettering. Like for instance, let's keep going, like right here. You can see that does say super, but it's still kind of small. So this is where you can play with these fonts in order to get them to be kind of sort of where you need them to be, by choosing different sizes, by resizing the word itself until it gets to look where it's acceptable, the way you want it to look. Or yeah, you can go and find a font that somebody else digitized for a rhinestone template and use it that way. Okay, so yeah, it is possible. And then another thing you can do, so say for instance, that's 11.3. Let's bring it down to say 10 and a half. There we go. 10 and a half, and that still looks kind of raggedy. You can even make it bigger this way to see if it fills in a little bit better by going bigger or smaller, you know. So you play with it to get it to cooperate where you think it might prove to be a good turnout. Okay. So I'm not getting the turnout that I want with this particular word and this particular font. So that's where you possibly can try a different word. So I'm just going to move that to the side, come over here, grab my thingy, and let's try the word super in just regular Arial without doing the bold part. Maybe that's going to make a difference. So I'm going to leave it SS6. And yeah, at first it's going to look like a hot food mess, but of course we just make it bigger. So that looks great to me, but I may not want it outlined. I may want it filled in a little bit better. And you see, you got to get kind of big in order for it to fill in. But the Arial does work. Your basic Arial, check that out. It does work. It's just too big, right? So you have some options of some things that you can do. Let's get that back perfect. One more. There we go. So that looks great if I wanted it to be, if I was okay with the outline look. So just try a different font. Your blocky, thick, solid fonts. We lost you? We lost me how? Was my microphone, is my microphone out? Is my microphone out? Can you hear me? Let's see. It's showing its own, so hopefully you can hear me. So let's try this again with a different font. SUPER. Let's go with. Woo. Let's go with. Cooper Black. That's what we use for the baby's booty. And I'm going to leave it SS6. And I'm going to do radial because there's all kind of curves in that. And sometimes maybe it's linear that you need. Maybe linear works better. So you got to play with it. So let's bring this up and you can see how it will eventually fill in to get it kind of what you may or may not need it to do. You see what I'm saying? Some fonts work better than others. Okay, you do hear me? Okay, cool. Thanks. Some fonts work better than others. You kind of got to play with it to get it to do right. Let's try linear. So that's linear. Linear sucks with that one. But you see what I'm saying? So it's just a matter of once, and then on top of that, once you find a font that works great, like really easy, like we all know Arial works really great, write it down somewhere so that you'll know what fonts you can go back to and use without having too much of an issue and struggling. You know what I'm saying? Like I already know I'm going to such and such font, and that's font is going to work, you know? So keep notes for yourself so that you can be aware of what works the best for you and try other fonts, you know? So as you see serif type fonts, serif meaning the fonts that have those extra lines to them, instead of just your plain print, is going to be more of a challenge a little bit. So keep that in mind. So see, I even have some TRW fonts myself. I mean, it is what it is. They have good fonts. Okay, so here's another. That's the word super. We're going to do linear fill, and I'm going to come and whoo, look at that. Look at how easy that was. You saw how easy that was? What font was that? TWCN MT condensed extra. I don't even know what font that is, but you saw that was a great font to use. So I'm going to like put a pin in that to know if I want just plain lettering, I can easily go to that font, type out what I want, SS6, and it turns out great. Let's see what it looks, SS10. SS10 even looks great. SS10 even looks great. Look at that. All right, so I'm actually going to go with that one. So here's super. Let's go with the word star somewhere. Let's go capital and lowercase. And we're going to find us a funky font. Something a little bit different. Oh man, messed up. I got fonts all over this darn thing. Let's see. Let's try. I never tried this one. It's so little bitty. Star. Make it bigger. And I need to weld these. So let's weld it first. And then I'm going to go SS6. And then I'm going to go linear. Let's do radial. Let's do radial first. I'm going to make this bigger. Oh, that's doing the most. So let's try and see what it looks like with linear. And not quite. Not quite. So that font, I'll have to make it too big in order for it to look as good as I think it needs to be. So we're going to back this back to that. All right. And then we're going to change the font from Vladimir. Let's find us another cursive font. I was trying to look for something more italic type font. I really need to, because I used to have a pretty extensive font collection and my computer died. So let's see. Let's see how this one turns out. Let's go radio first because it's such a curvy script. There we go. Come on. Ew. No, I don't like that font. Yuck. Okay. So you see what I'm saying? This is Silhouette Business Edition. Okay. Silhouette Business Edition. So all I'm trying to do is find a font that, you know, we can play with and we can get it to cooperate with our rhinestones to make our own rhinestone template. So like, look, you got to get pretty big. So let's go linear, see how linear looks. Star, yeah, not feeling that. Not really feeling that either. I want more cursive. This is killing me. All right. Let me go back to what I was thinking at first. go yeet. Mm-mm. Mm. That was with you, and I'm gonna try the next one. So that's pretty much it. You just, play around. We need to come up with like a list of fonts that have proven to others to be, um, you know, silhouette. Oh no, what did I just do? Point editing. I don't want to do that, even though that very well could be helpful, but I don't know what I'm doing with that yet, so we're going to ignore it. But at any rate, finding fonts that others have used that prove to be successful in creating their own rhinestone templates and silhouette is what I was trying to get around to saying. So I like that look. Okay, that's that. That's that's having to get too big. We'll go back down to where it was an outline. And let me see something. Kind of cute, I guess. And then of course you can do knockouts where this like goes up into the word or something like that. I don't know. Put you back to where you were. But again, this is, an example of how you can make your own rhinestone template and it turned out to be great, and you don't have to worry about buying a whole bunch of different fonts. Don't get it twisted. The fonts are very, very, very convenient. Very. So I'll show you how convenient those are here. Let's see. So for instance, I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna grab my thing. I think this is gonna work. It might not work, but I think it will. So here's my thingy. So I'm gonna type the word super. Let's start with super. Well, here we go. STAR. All right, so let's highlight this. There we go. And we'll go into our fonts, and I'm going to go down to my TRW fonts because I do have several, and we're going to click this one, for instance. Okay, so here is I don't know that this is going to work, just trying this for the first time. So this is the font from TRW. This one was 2700A. All right, so let's go to our rhinestone menu. See if it makes a difference. I don't know because it's already holds. So let's see. There should be a way to break these apart. That broke those up that way. There we go. So some kind of which way there's possibility of being able to make these the same size. Do I know how to do that? Heck no. As you saw, I had to figure that little bit out. So you possibly can Because one of the cool things I did learn about this darn program is really neat. You can select by color and change all of the colors from one color to the next. I had a ball doing that. But at any rate, we don't want to do transform. So there are instances to possibly make all of the stones the same circle size. Hey, all around gifted. I actually don't offer in-person classes. I don't. I apologize. I tried at one point. It didn't go over too well. Okay, so because my schedule is so insane and it's actually unfortunately probably going to get insane unfortunately because of y'all look, shut up. The thing said SS10 186 when I changed it to the outline. So look at it. It changed all our circles. So I guess it changed it to the right size. Did you see that? So it automatically treated it as rhinestones. And look there, because there's the SS16, that's the SS10, and here's the SS6. The only problem that I see with doing it this way is, look, it didn't, like, there's no space with this one. So I don't know how to keep it from touching each other or whatever. Because like the spacing here, let's see if we increase the spacing. Nope, that didn't have an effect really. So yeah, that didn't have an effect. So there's you can play with it or what have you, but you, as you see, you can use the TRW fonts. But the thing is how to know what size to make it in order to get it. Now, I think sometimes on some of their fonts, I think it tells you what font size it is or the point size of it or something. And that way you know that the holes are going to be at the right size. But honestly, for the TRW fonts, it's better to use the software with the Corel, his add-on, the wizard. It's better to use that because it's made for that. That's what his fonts are created for. So I mean, you can use them with anything, but that would be the better option. So the font size on their website. Okay, see, so you can get the font size and that'll help you know which one it is. Yeah, I have the wizard. I just don't really use it like I should. Let's see. Save as. That ended up real cute, so I had to keep that, y'all. Superstar. I had to put that on the website too. All right, so let's close this out. Nope, don't want to save that. Let's go to Corel. And then that'll be a no. So we're going to go to a new thingy. I'm going to do 12 by 12. And we'll say, okay. So here's a 12 by 12. And stupid easy. That's one thing I can say. Stupid easy with their fonts and their software. So we'll open up. Oh my God. Yes, I want to report that error. Yeah, I want to report that error. Is it not going to work? Oh, there we go. Okay, so I don't know what those errors are. I reported them. Hopefully they'll fix it. But at any rate, so here is the wizard. And I'm going to show you just ridiculously easy how this works. Okay, so here is over here on the left hand, toolbar up and down as you see over here. We're going to grab the A. And I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do the same thing I just did in Silhouette. I'm going to type the word superstar. Okay. I'm going to go back up and get the little pointy finger. And I'm going to highlight all of this. And then I'm going to come in here and see these double arrows right here in the upper left hand corner of the wizard. Just click there and it opens up your font menus, right? So you can actually change the fonts even in here to your Corel or built-in fonts. But let's go down to my TRW fonts and look, I can go here, I can go there. Let me find a font that I like. Let's see. Where is it? I'm missing some fonts. Hold on. I'm gonna have to go back and get my fonts, y'all, because I have like Stadium and a couple other fonts and I don't see them. It's not the same stupid. Okay, so I got more fonts. I gotta go find my fonts. But oh, I'm going backwards. That's why. So I'm gonna grab, for the heck of it, I'm going to grab this one. Even though I don't like that one. Let's grab this one. Okay, so here's the font 5300 ARF. All right, so now that I have this and I selected that font, now I just come up here to his drop down menu and I pick the size that I want those stones to be. So right now those stones are super teeny because this is a 12 by 12 square, just like Cricut, right? So the whole thing is selected. I already decided what font I wanted to use. I selected that. So now I'm going to make these all SS10. Okay, so when I click SS10, it's going to automatically resize all of the circles to the SS10 size. So we go SS10 and then resize my stones. Not all stones are 0.13 inch. Would you like to replace them? I'm sure as heck do, because I want them to be that size. And there it changes them all to the right size that they're supposed to be. Okay. Stupid easy. Just beyond easy. And it's already, you know, in its doohickey, right? So I'm going to grab this and move it over so that it all fits on to my dooflachi. All right, so there's my superstar. So if I wanted to, I could go get my star from, you know, the other thingy and put it on here. The other cool thing I love about this software is I can select all of those, right? And I can make them look like rhinestones. So I can, oh, actually, let me show you the other cool thing. You can do mock-ups. So if I wanted to show what this word superstar looks like on a shirt, real-time type situation, right? So I can go mock-ups. It's not mock-ups. Hold on. It's not mock-ups. Or is it? It's been a long time since I've done this. It looks like things have changed on it. It shouldn't have, though. Mock-up. Hang on. That could be why it's not working. I mean, why it gave me an error. Okay, so it will actually show you what it looks like on your blanks, like t-shirts and stuff. So I need to get mine fixed. I'm gonna have to call them and have it fixed or whatever because it's not working right now, which sucks because I really wanted y'all to see what that looks like when it's on a template or whatever. But I still can click the stone that I want it to look like. And where is it? I think it's in the mock-up thing. Simulate stones. Here it is down here at the bottom. So when I click on simulate stones, it generally changes it to make it look like a rhinestone. So yeah, see, it's not going to do it because something is wrong with my installation. Whoops. So I need to get that fixed. But that's how you can do it. Let's see. And it'll change to the color of what stone you want. I really wish my thing wasn't broken. I've been meaning to get up with them to fix it, because when I broke my laptop and reinstalled it on here, it's just not doing right. But it is what it is. So yeah, but it's you do have to have Corel, yes, in order to use the Rhinestone Wizard. Yes. He sells it though as a package type deal. So he has an older version of Corel and his wizard that you use together, and you can that way you don't have to like go through Corel. You get an actual legit version of Corel, but it's an older version, so it's more affordable is what I'm trying to say. Because of course the newer version is kind of pricey. But yeah, I do and again, you can I can come up here, I can export I think it is, or is it save as? Let's do save as. There's Corel Draw, and I can come down here to SVG and save it as an SVG, and I can type Superstar and it'll save. All right. And then once you do that, I can go to, say for instance, Cricut, and open up Cricut, and I think I can import it. Sometimes Cricut is funny about what it imports to Design Space. Sometimes it doesn't like stuff. And I'm gonna need Cricut to get it together. So we're gonna browse. Let's see if I can find that. Documents. What did I name it? Superstar. I got okay. Oh, here it is. Let's see if it opens. Boom! There it is. And bring it over to Cricut. Add the canvas. And it's not going to be the right size. Also, look, it loaded all of these dang dots. So you see it's not the right size. Look, why did it bring it in at 0.659 inches? Y'all, come on, Cricut. So I come back here and I click on here and I see what the size is. The width is 11.384. So let's go back to Cricut. 11.384. Remember that. 11.384. So come back to Cricut. And up here, we want to make sure the padlock is closed. So let's close that padlock. And then for width, 11.384, hit enter. And now it's at the size it's supposed to be for it to be the SS10 size circles. All right. So the only other problem I've ever had with using the wizard, which I needed to, probably talk to somebody or whatever to make sure of what I'm doing that might be wrong. But sometimes the stones with the fonts are too close together. So when I cut it out in Cricut, it kind of like it'll tear easily and my holes will rip. So I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or if there's a setting in Corel where I can make the cut lines smaller or something like that, or whatever the case may be, in order to be able to cut that out better. But yeah, that's how you can use TRW. It's a little pricey, but it's worth it from the standpoint of if you do vinyl and rhinestones and stuff, like the wizard works with all kinds of stuff. It's like a really powerful little power pack program to help you calculate your vinyl, to help you calculate your rhinestones, because there's even a calculator in here for your rhinestones, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, so your pricing information, 460 total, SS10 light orange, $1.67. Total stones is $4. I'm sorry. Total stones in the design is 460. So the total stone cost is $1.67, which I don't know how. I don't know how that's the case, but at any rate, so yeah, here's, they got the pricing thing and all that other kind of cool stuff. So would I need to buy flock, or can I use something else to cut it out with? So look, I'm being real frank right here, right now. Yes, there are people out there that use other things. Yes, you can use other things. But to avoid problems and to make your life easier, less stress to worry about, use flock. Okay? Use the rhinestone flock, because you can use cardstock, yes, but in order to keep your stones from going under the cardstock, or to keep your cardstock from shifting around while you're trying to brush your stones in, some people are like, just spray some spray glue on the back and glue it down, or some people say tape it down. You're going through so many steps when the rhinestone flock is made for what it's made for. You just peel the back off, put it down, stick it, brush it, pick it up, and go on about your business. You ain't got to worry about the tape sticking to the top of the flock. None of that. Yes, the flock is pricey. I get that. You get that. We all get that. But it works. If it didn't work, it wouldn't be pricey. It works. I promise you, it works. It's the best all around option. Again, going back to making a one of a kind template, and it's like, so one of the complaints about the flock is, yeah, but I'm using my flock for a template that I'm only going to use one time for this one customer. Well, that customer needs to pay for that, period. So if there's a customer that comes and say, for instance, you have, this is one of your designs, the Yas Honey is one of your designs that you sell in your shop. And then the other one that I make all the time, Hello Summer. And Hello Summer is one of the templates that you sell. Oh, you can't see that because I'm little. Hello Summer is another template that you sell in your shop. The Yas Honey is one that you sell in your shop. But your customer comes in and she's like, I wanted to say Hello Summer, and I wanted to have my name on the back in rhinestones in the same size, and I wanted to have my name. Well, you probably, Abigail might want her name on the back of the shirt, but you might, or Abby, we'll say Abby, because we're gonna tell her Abigail is long, and we need to make sure, for it to be as large as you want it, we need to shorten it. The less letters, the bigger we can do. Make sure you tell your customers that. But anyway, so we're gonna shorten it to Abby. Well, you may not never have another Abby come in your shop for using her font, her template ever again. So you would need to say, okay, well, Abby, that's gonna take a custom template fee. So I'm gonna have to add on a roll of flock, you guys. You can get a roll of flock. Let's see what Heat Transfer Warehouse is talking about. Hold on. Let's go back up here. Let's go back up here. Let's see how much we're talking about. And there's a link for this in the description below for Heat Transfer Warehouse. And share screen. This screen. Oh yeah, this is their Walla month, you guys. So they're having sales every week. So definitely check them out. Please check them out. They're having sales off and on this week. And so I'm super excited about going to visit them at the end of the month. But at any rate, we're gonna go up here to rhinestones. Click on the word rhinestones, and then when you scroll down, here is the flock. So let's click on the flock, and you can get one sheet of 12-inch by 12-inch from them for $6. It is a better deal to buy more flock than just one sheet. But if Abby is busting up in there and Abby is like, well, I want my own name on a template, 9 times out of 10, her name is not going to take 12 by 12, but you can buy one sheet for $6. So you can be like, well, Abby is going to take a custom template fee for $15 or $20, custom template fee. But then I can bling it for your shirt automatically is going to be So that design, I'll say $30 for you for your shirt. Then to put your name on the back is going to be another $25 because it's going to be a custom template fee. And then the rhinestones, so 25, no, custom template fee is $25, and then another, we'll say $10 just to put your name on the back. So 35 plus your 25, you're already looking at 60, no, 25, 35. Y'all know I don't do math. 20 and 30 is 50, 5 and 5 is 10, so $60. I was right the first time. Go me. Yes, girl. I can hear my husband now. Your first answer is always right. $60 plus the $10 just to put your name on the back. So that's $70 for one shirt, and your flock is paid for, plus the shipping for the flock. The customer needs to pay for that flock. Period. If it's a custom template, customer needs to pay for that flock. Period. End of discussion. Look at this. 1 yard of flock is $14. So if you're charging a $20 custom transfer fee or custom template fee, $20 will pay for 1 yard of flock plus your shipping. Well, shipping might be a little bit more than $6, might be. So you see what I'm saying? You have to work stuff like that to your advantage so that you don't lose money in your business. And anything that incurs extra and that includes a loss technically to you, the customer needs to cover that because they are asking you to use more of your rhinestone flock that you ordinarily wouldn't use. Use that flock. The flock is better. It's the better option all the way around. So if you are interested in rhinestone flock, Be Createful sells it. There's a link in the description for Heat Transfer Warehouse. It is our affiliate link. If you don't mind purchasing from Heat Transfer Warehouse, they get it right out to you. And there is a link directly to it in the description below. So these are, things that all come with your rhinestone business, and templates is a part of it. And don't get it twisted. I'm not saying this because, I can just get flock. No, I can't. I remember very well struggling to buy my rhinestone flock and being like, it's so expensive because it is pricey. The price is the same as it's been the 5-yard roll has been 65 for as long as I can remember in doing rhinestone templates. And it just made more sense to buy a 5-yard roll and just use it and make all the templates that I needed to make. And then still run out. So it was crazy. But that was why for my bling parties, the cost of the ticket was a little pricey because not only am I there in person, not only are you using rhinestones, not only am I making custom templates for in a certain quantity for everybody to be able to bling at the same time, but I'm using my flock and using more of it. So that means it's going to cost you more, and it's a custom template. Because they was like, oh my God, I'm paying to make my own shirt. Yes, you are. Now shut up and make it. Just kidding. I didn't say it like that. But in my mind, I kind of did say it in a lot of instances. But then again, I didn't really say it because usually the people that was complaining had the most fun making their own shirts. It was crazy. It was crazy to see it. I absolutely loved it. But anyways. A roll is $65. It's been 65 for as long as I can remember. It really has been. So yeah, you can like the blue flock and the pink flock, it's the same stuff. It's the same stuff. So just, just different colors. And use it same price technically, which shows how it's the same stuff. But anyways, get your flock, use your flock. The flock is amazing. It is what it's made for. It is perfect for what it does. And perfect size for the rhinestone, everything, y'all. It really is. It's just pricey. It's a little pricey, but that's the cost of why you can charge premium for making your rhinestone shirts, which is also why we tried to get good quality rhinestones and let you have access to it at a wholesale buy-in price. so that you can operate your business at a more profitable level. I mean, it still would have been profitable, but you can access more profit by being able to get your materials at a wholesale price. Same principle with that flop. A 1 yard roll being $14 versus a 50-yard roll being $530. Yeah, $530 is a lot of money, but you're getting 50 yards of your rhinestone flop, which breaks it down to a much lesser price than how much it is at 1 yard for $14. You're not going to pay $14 a yard if you buy it by 50 yards. See what I'm saying? So the same we're doing with the rhinestones, which is why we were selling in bulk at a wholesale price, so that you can use that to your advantage in getting a better deal in order to make your rhinestone shirts. Okay. So at any rate, you guys, I appreciate y'all hanging. You're welcome, Anita. And I appreciate all of you for hanging out. Hey, Jill, how are you? Sorry I missed you and your introduction. It's good to see you. TRW about to take all your fun money. I mean, it's an excellent software program. It really is. It really is. I really wish I could have shown you. Good night, Jesse. I really wish I could have shown you the full power of it. But like I said, it's not acting right for me right now because I'm sure I screwed up with the installation somewhere because I suck at installing stuff sometimes. But Eve, my bulk rhinestones, I use purple. Okay. The purple, yeah, Dawn, it's pretty. It's pretty. So yeah, all around gifted. The best place to purchase it is wherever makes sense for you. Somebody mentioned earlier that another place that normally sells it has it at a on sale right now. Sometimes TRW has it on sale. Every blue moon, Be Createful has it on sale. I haven't seen it on sale yet at Heat Transfer Warehouse, but that doesn't mean it's not going to happen. So just you kind of got to keep your eye out to see if it's ever on sale. But at the end of the day, I kind of would suggest going with whomever's closest to you. So like Heat Transfer Warehouse is West Coast, TRW is East Coast, and Be Createful is in the middle of the country. Because this is the thing, whichever one is situated the closest to you, it'll ship to you fastest. Meaning ship time, not them shipping it out, because they all three ship it right out, usually same day. So I think that was it. So easy, but I don't know how you playing with the other programs. I mean, I have to, Dawn, to get a good idea of what in the world I'm dealing with, and I don't want to be so close-minded that I'm only going to do one program and only one program is right. No, I'd like to expose myself to other things and see if I can afford to. And the TRW Wizard thingy, they do have payment plan, or they used to. So that could help break up the cost, or they did when I bought it. I don't know what they got going on now. But it's good to see what other programs there are out there, because where one doesn't work as well, the other one might. So you can use it that way. Okay, I think that's it. She said, "Oh, pick who has it on sale." Right. Thank you, Jill. I'm glad that's helpful. I really am. He really focused pretty hard on that and wanted to make sure that more people could enjoy the rhinestones. That was not saying I didn't care, because I did care, but Mr. McQuackins has all of that figured out and making sure that he takes care of the hoop group. He loves you guys, as do I, to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to get in there and enjoy the buy-in. So, but at any rate, y'all have a good night. I am going to head out for real this time, and I appreciate you. And I look forward to seeing you all again a little bit later this week. Probably. Oh, wait a minute. A little bit later this week. Oh, yeah, it's Wednesday, middle of the week. So maybe by Friday, we'll be able to come on and have some fun with another project that is super exciting to me. I thought was really, really dope. And so I'm looking forward to showing you guys that project and seeing what we can do with it. So we will holler at y'all later. It's going to be sublimation later this week. If I can make sure to squeeze it in and I'm feeling a little bit better, then we'll definitely do it. Okay. So y'all have a good night. Love y'all. And we will talk to y'all later. You know what? I'm going to have to start. Every time we end a rhinestone thing, I'm going to have to say ice, ice, baby. Ice, ice, baby. Holler at y'all later. Bye.